Now I was just I'm here with my son George, and we are doing what we are doing is looking at properties. So what I did earlier with my son, I only have one cell phone, and if I do have another cell phone, I could show it to you. But what my son George here and I did was we looked into a website. What is the website called? We looked at the website called Zillow, and we were just looking in our neighborhood. And could you tell us, George, what did I shared with you when you're looking at Zillow? 1% rule. So do you guys know? You have to wait. Do you guys know what 1% rule is? Now, George, I showed you just a few minutes ago what is 1% rule. So can you tell everyone what is 1% rule?
So it's the rent, and if the rent is if it's the rent every month is 1% of how much it costs to buy the apartment, then it's good. But you have to make sure you don't have to renovate the apartment like a lot.
So let's make it clear. So if your rent is 1,000, right, and you're able to buy the property for 100,000. So guys, if you are looking for a property and the house for sale is 100,000 now, and the rent, you think if you could rent it for 1,000, then that is what George is talking about. That's the 1% rule. Yes, so what he means is that 100,000 with a possible rent of 1,000, that is only a good to go signal that you'd still have to do further research, further evaluation, further analysis into that property. Because like what George says here, if there's more renovation, more work that needs to be done on that property, then you have to factor in 50,000, 25,000. It all depends on the cost of the renovation and how extensive your renovation is. Hello, Mother. Welcome. Happy Chinese New Year. We are celebrating our Chinese New Year with Father, Jaden, and George. Say hi to Mother. Hello, happy Chinese New Year. So like George was saying is that when you buy a property, let's say 100,000, and you plan to rent it for 1,000, now you have to put in 25,000, 50,000 worth of renovation, then that 100,000 is not really 100,000. That becomes 150,000 if you're adding 50,000. Yes, and the location, if you're putting in 50,000 of renovation. So now, if your rent is 1,000 and you're able to buy it with all renovation costs added in there, 150,000, that does not meet the 1% rule criteria. So 1% is if you're able to rent it for 1,000 and you're able to buy it all good, lock and loaded apartment ready, you're not putting in any more money for renovation, 100,000, then that's 1% rule. This is where you can do deeper analysis, deeper evaluation to see, number one, if the property location is the location you want. So guys, our food is here. That's mozzarella sticks and edamame pot stickers and more to come. So